Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And that's quoting Psalm 17, verse 13. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Marakhakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations unto the full elect tabernacle of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Esau, he's itching. Especially the way the world is going right now with a lot of resistance, a lot of uprisings. Esau is going to start feeling threatened, which, only the devil will cause the conditions and environment in the earth that's, causing this reaction, but yet use that reaction to justify war. His order out of chaos method. His devil wants all the smoke and he wants all the reason to use his blessing, which is the sword. And we're going back to when Isaac blessed Esau on his deathbed after he already gave Jacob the birthright. He told him that by thy sword shalt thou live. And Esau has not taken his hand off that sword ever since. And so now, fast forward to the end, Esau's world is getting ready to end, but he's at the height of his power. The beast, having 7 heads and 10 horns. You got America, the great whore, Babylon that rides the beast. And now, with all the technology that's advanced, he's put all his weapons. It's like he's put all his wealth, his money into his military might. And now this is what you see. Even though there's global poverty and all type of things that are out of order, things that he actually can use his wealth to help restore, he refuses and rather contribute to his military industrial complex. So this is what we got to deal with. And to you carnal Israelites out there, the ones of you that, you think the Lord is dealing with you because you got your straps, you got your AR-15s, you got your pistols. Well, when the time of Jacob's trouble come, which we're coming into that time, you really think that you gonna be able to hold it down? All right, like the Sakari, y'all gonna have them sticks ready. Y'all gonna hold the nation down. Y'all got this. Y'all ready for it? Because the Lord's gonna have a different spirit on Esau. It tells us that in Revelation 12, how the devil's gonna come down having great wrath, which he's already coming down with great wrath. All right, all these psyops. All right, him spreading pestilence all over the world. Him coming with these ridiculous Orwellian tyrannical restrictions and unrighteous decrees. More tyranny. He's squeezing the people out, taking away from the middle class, squeezing them out so that there be no more middle class, just poor and super rich. He's coming down with great wrath, knowing that his time is short. So when it comes down to it, y'all really think that them carnal swords is gonna hold you down? Let's take a look at what this devil got out there. You Jakes don't stand a chance. And like I said in another lesson the other day, because you got, Jake out there just running wild, man. Jake putting elderly people to death, robbing people, or committing burglaries. Jake is doing all type of shit, but they don't realize that this is the real ops right here. This is gonna be your ops. All right, they gonna invade your blocks. Esau gonna have them locked, loaded, and ready, trained. Okay, not to mention the drones that's also gonna be flying over you, over your blocks. Okay, these are all toys that Esau's testing out right now for the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, let's get Ezekiel, the 21st chapter. This is why we're gonna need divine protection. We're gonna need the Lord's right hand, the power of His arm to preserve us and deliver us. 'Cause you don't have that, you don't have a chance in freaking Hades, man. Ezekiel 21:9, it says, "Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter." All right, meaning it's being polished. Okay, getting ready to be put to use. Should we then make mirth? Let's have wrestling tournaments. Let's have fashion shows. It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. All right. And we know that, ultimately the death angels are slayers, but Esau is basically like a death angel. He's like a spirit of vengeance. When the Lord uses him to take Jake out, that's the Lord bringing vengeance upon Jake. Because the Lord is not pleased with Jake, man. It was that Isaiah the 10th chapter, the fifth and sixth verse, about how the rod of the Assyrian in the Lord's hand. Yeah. He said he's gonna send them against an hypocritical nation. He's gonna give them charge over thee. So when this devil shut everything down because of all out chaos and anarchy, when it's time for Jacob's trouble, this is what we're gonna see. It's gonna be slayers out there. Okay? And never mind, how the American military right now, it's a lot of division, it's a lot of servicemen who pretty much basically left the force because they refused to take that sticky, that shot. And so what Esau's doing is he's gonna start to replace a lot of those American soldiers, and you're gonna see men in there that don't speak a lick of English. And he's also, this is where all that money is going. Well, you're not getting any relief, you're not getting no aid in the midst of this economic hardship that they're bringing upon you. A lot of this money is going straight into this man's military industrial complex. More guns, more robots that they have planned to basically control your so-called future. They expect AI to basically run everything for them. It's going to be a whole technocracy. This is what they're looking forward to. This is part of their great reset. And all the top world leaders are in on it. This is where they've been putting their money at. So that Slayer is going to have a government control authority over you. That's what they intend to do. So what you Jake's gonna do out there? You niggas out there killing each other left and right. Swear you the hardest niggas ever. And even down to you in a circumcision, walking around, marching around like you a great army, and you know you can already chase 10,000. You could put 10,000 to flight. You ain't got the power, man. That's why we're gonna rely upon the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. In the name of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. Okay. And real quick before I get some more precepts, this is what's happening over there in Ukraine. If you wonder why it's taking Russia longer to gain more ground in Ukraine, you know, this is little old Ukraine, right? Russia has the most advanced military. Why is it taking them so long to take, you know, basically conquer Ukraine? Well, this is what they're saying. This is what they're reporting about the soldiers that they're having a hard time with over there. And you better believe if this is what's going on there, you don't think Esau would have this kind of situation happening with soldiers that they're gonna more than likely replace in the military? Listen to this real quick.
Told Russian newspaper that the real reason the invasion has gone so poorly is because Ukrainian troops, they have been turned into mutant super soldiers at labs run by the U.S. Yes, you heard that correctly. Earlier this year, a conspiracy theory that U.S. manufactured bioweapons in Ukraine.
And anything that they can use plausible deniability against, they're gonna always call it a conspiracy theory, even if it's a fact. We've been knowing how this government get down for so long. You've been exposed. So just because something is dismissed as a conspiracy theory doesn't mean that it isn't true. Everybody's starting to figure it out. They got a compiled list of different things that they said were conspiracy theories turned out to be factual. So it's like more and more people are starting to basically ignore that term. You devils, hey, like it says in Jeremiah, your prudence is perishing from Edom. You give yourself away. Now remember, months ago there was a thing that basically leaked out about all these biolabs being found in Ukraine, which was part of the motivation behind Russia moving in on Ukraine, because the West were funding labs over there. Okay, and they was afraid that they were using it as research centers to form and develop, you know, all type of viruses and diseases to use as biowarfare against them. And then they got swept under the rug. They was denying that it happened, and then they admitted that yeah, there is biolabs. So, I mean, could this be far fetched? Let's continue to hear it real quick.
Also went bio. We are joined by retired Army General and former Congressman William Inert. General, let's just come straight and ask you, is there any reason to believe that the United States is operating biolabs in Ukraine to create mutant soldiers?
None whatsoever. I think those Russian legislators must have been watching too many old cartoon reruns. Do you remember the old cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? My kids used to watch it. No, we have not, and this is not a new claim. The Russians have been making this claim since at least 2015. U.S. did, in fact, operate some bio labs.
Well, Russia already months ago leaked out information that y'all had bio labs, and y'all first denied that such was a thing, but then you came out and actually admitted. So who do we actually believe here? Esau, he has no, man, his reflex is to immediately lie. That's what they do. All right. They're the biggest deceivers and liars on the planet Earth. And they can sound very convincing while they lie the entire time. All right. I actually, but I choose to believe that this is what this devil is doing. All right. They always they give themselves away through a lot of predictive programming, different movies. They'll put it in their films, what they do. It's not far-fetched at all. Okay. And we're coming into those days, man. All right. The scriptures tell us that you're going to have, let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16. And let's read verse 70. It says, it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And that insurrection is going to come from the burning wrath of that great multitude, basically soldiers. Okay. And we already know that they're, plotting against the men of the Lord. Now, we on that Project Megiddo list. So they're gonna prepare all the different stories that they put out about particular Israelite groups. They putting IUIC out there, like, they're going around bullying people. All right, they've already had ISUPK at some point in the news, showing guns and them practicing in the gun range. I wouldn't be surprised if they use Sakari too. Them dudes got ARs on a hip, so they're gonna paint us all with a broad brush, as if we're potentially violent. We already have an extremist view. So they're gonna come against the scriptures say the wicked plotteth against the just. All right. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen. And a lot of those men, they're gonna be basically mind controlled. They're gonna more than likely be under MK Ultra. A lot of them gonna be foreign, that don't like Americans. Okay. They're gonna have a lot of them gonna have that stuff swimming all in their body and all in their brain, completely taken over and controlled. All right. So they ain't gonna have any compassion or nothing. It says sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Okay. And they just gonna be on a mission. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. And even though we have to look forward to this happening at some point, scriptures give us comfort on that eventually the Lord's gonna protect us. Let's get Isaiah 59 and 19. You already know where I'm going. The Lord's gonna have to eventually give us that power, man. Isaiah 59 verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right, something divine is gonna arise and put them to flight. It's not gonna work, man. No weapon formed against us will prosper. All right. And we don't trust in no weapon, no gun, no bulletproof vest. That's not gonna help you out, man. Psalms 20 and 7, it says, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahweh, our power. See that? Let's get was it Isaiah 31? Isaiah 31 and 3, it says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is open shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. You know, that's why it says, woe to you that make flesh your arm. All right. So basically the answer to how we're going to get through this is the power of the Lord, putting trust in his name. All right, having that divine power from the spiritual realm. Other than that, you stand not a chance. Okay. They talking about they keep shooting them soldiers up, and them soldiers keep coming back like zombies. They're it's taking it's harder for them to die because they didn't work some experiment on them. That's what them Russians are claiming. So if that's happening over there, imagine when it pops off over here, what type of soldiers they probably gonna have. So we definitely gonna need that divine uh protection, man. All right, we got to put in our minds that, you know, yeah, they have their own, they got their mighty men, but hey, we got mighty angels, okay? And we're gonna get the victory through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get the second Maccabees. It's second Maccabees 15 and verse I'm gonna start at 7. It says, so Nicanor in exceeding pride and haughtiness determined to set up a public monument of his victory over Judas and them that were with him. But Maccabeus had ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him. Wherefore he exhorted his people not to fear the coming of the heathen against them, but to remember the help which in former times they had received from heaven, and now to expect the victory and aid which should come unto them from the Almighty. All right, and we should have the same expectation. All right, be many more of us than of they. Chariots always showing up. All right, those are the eyes of the Lord going to and fro, showing themselves on behalf of those who fear the Lord, whose heart is perfect with them. It's to give us assurance that the Lord is, you know, his eyes is over us to watch us, man. He's gonna keep us in his hands. All right. Verse 9, and so comforting them out of the law and the prophets, and withal putting them in mind of battles that they won afore, he made them more cheerful. All right. And we will not trust in no bow, neither could our sword save us. That's Psalms 44 and 6. Yep. Psalms 44 and 6, it says, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me, but thou hast saved us from our enemies, and hast put them to shame that hated us. And let me get Isaiah 41, and we'll close out with that. Isaiah 41 verse 10, it says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. All right, that's when he's going to lift up that standard. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Okay, complete divinity, power. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them, even them that contended with thee, they that war against thee. Because our enemies, man, they're prepared for war against us. All right, it says, shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not thou worm Jacob, and you men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. All right, and then you read the next couple verses, you're going to see what that's saying. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. So lift up that standard, man. All right. And he said, we are his battle axe and weapons of war. With thee will I break in pieces, you know, the chariot and his rider, the horses. All right. So that's definitely coming. All right. And them super soldier, them mutant soldiers, these robot dogs, they're gonna be a thing of naught to us. Okay. But you on that carnal tip and you thinking that your gun and your bulletproof vest, the Lord's gonna leave you to that. That's what you confide in. That's what you put your trust in. All right. And hey, that's gonna be the Lord gonna leave you to your own device. So anyway, with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. To the next lesson, Shalom.